The current work being done on the large wall in the studio is a painting that is intended to go over the door. And there it is in place. I'll walk towards it now. It will fill the gap that leads into the corridor and then out. It's intended in its subject matter to reflect its function in the sense that it's the way out. Because here in this painting, I'm continuing the theme of all these elements along the bottom of the picture, representing the diversity, past, present and future, of the biosphere, and in particular of our own lives, the life of man. And this last section is devoted to the end of man, the end of a man's life, a person's life. And so this is the way out, symboled, a symbol of the door. It could also be a symbol of the way in. Perhaps I'll paint the opposite on the other side. The way in and the way out. But the figure is designed in such a way that you're seeing the inner corpus of our bodies revealed, opened up, and disintegrating. The drawing is taken from one of the famous anatomies, Gray's Anatomy. And as all the different parts of the body are probably from different subjects, drawn from life, or should I say drawn from death, so the picture itself is an assemblage and represents all man, man or woman, because the structure that is revealed could be either. We have a lot of muscle, we have a lot of bone and sinew, the things that would last longest in this process. And out of the softer tissue, the organic, active core of the body, that is what is portrayed as disintegrating the fastest. First we have a gaseous disintegration of various gases, hydrogen, methane, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and so on. A very fast dispersal, perhaps after the third day of death. And at the same time, the fluid dispersal through the orifices, because the body is 90% water. And as well as that, we have the dispersion of the matter, the material, the solid material, the crystals of it, the cells of it, the molecules of it, the organic compounds of it, are all carried away and dispersed by the action of vast multitudes of microorganisms. Probably many of them are microorganisms that have been resident on this body all through its life. For this body was composed of 700 trillion living creatures. It is a vast, monolithic Godzilla walking the earth. 700 trillion little organisms make up this one body. And the organisms are very complex ones. Each one of them is a eukaryote cell full of little organella that were themselves free-living bacteria. And on this extraordinary creature has resided over the course of its life 10 times as many bacteria as there are cells. Work that out. Instead of being 700 trillion, it's 7,000 trillion bacteria living on the skin, in the orifices, and up the gut of this creature, and in the most part living benignly. Some of them were a bit dangerous. One of them might have killed him. And in the end, all these little creatures, when its host dies, will die also. But some of them will pass on their material, their DNA. Their DNA may be parts of our DNA, bits of ours, disintegrated, out into the wild world. That is to say, back into the universe, where the bits came from in the first place. And that really is what the point of this picture is. It's putting into place the small, fleeting life of man and setting it, impossible to do it properly, but trying to do it against this background of extraordinary mystery and complexity and longevity